Ladies and gentlemen, it's final here, Gru vs Megamind, Death Battle, Despicable Me, Minions. Okay, I guess that's better for the algorithm or something. A long time coming, I think it's been foreshadowed since season 9 when Zatanna did the whole presentation thing, you know, and then it's been a few polls, I think, then we got the Kickstarter and here we are. As I said in my prediction video, I'm betting and rooting for Megamind. And yeah, I want to say I got nothing else to say, I just want to get into this animation, man. Like, comment and subscribe for more Death Battle stuff. Thank you for supporting my Bakuro vs Razer / ranking review video. If you ever seen it, you know what I mean. But without further ado, let's see why sometimes it's good to be bad.
Gru vs Megamind. You either die a despicable villain or live long enough to become an admirable hero.
Okay, I like how they use. Oh, hey Minion! I like how they use that Dark Knight quote. It's a clever usage of it.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win.
Death Battle. Come on.
Evil.
Okay, so everything. This is from Billy and Mandy. I recognize it. Everything about Megamind's chances hinges on what they give to the minions, because I just saw someone on Reddit comment that the minions apparently can freeze ray lasers, and lasers are kinda everything that the gun uses, so let's see what they give to Gru and let's be cautiously optimistic. W Snyder Cut reference. I'm a Zack Snyder fan. I know that's gonna cost me a lot of subscribers in admitting that, but I love Zack Snyder Justice League. It's kind of what I built my whole channel upon. Fun fact.
Villain to arise and spread its name to the darkest corners of the
Hell
earth.
yeah.
Like a man so evil he cuts in line at the coffee shop and makes balloon animals for kids and then pops them in their face. What a despicable man.
The world
he said it.
would tremble at his name, Gru.
Really? Just Gru? Doesn't have some sort of stage name or like doctorate or, you know?
Felonious Gru, son
The fact that he has Felon in his name is hilarious.
of the supervillain known as the Bald Terror.
Oh man, he's so dead.
Even as a small child, Gru had big
Bold. Why? Just like that. Bold. Email. Beautiful. Bald and beautiful. Oh god. This is already cracking me up.
aspirations. He could make rocket bikes, cheese rays, and this dog?
And his arsenal grew even more with the help of his new best buddy, Dr. Nefaria, a rocket thruster that can escape the Earth's atmosphere and a whole lot of missiles.
Despite the impressive fire.
Yeah, in terms of physical stats, Gru and his arsenal and his minions have way more outside the Earth range stuff, whereas Megamind's biggest thing is island level. So let's hope that's not gonna be too much of a concern.
Power, Gru's go-to weapon seems to be his freeze ray, which can encase most people in ice with a single shot.
Yeah.
With his gadgets and gusto combined.
It's funny how they both have water-themed one-shot options, you know, freeze ray, dehydration gun. Use the dehydration gun!
The line dividing genius from moron is a thin one. Just look at us.
Oh yeah,
I knew they were gonna make it about them. I was hoping for it.
guys.
Yeah, guys, like,
Almost like a despicable guy, or a family one even.
right, the minions have existed since the dawn of life itself, over 3 billion years ago.
If they use this flashback sequence to give the minions the experience advantage, I swear to god.
T-Rexes, Count Dracula, AI artists, whatever
Boo! Okay, one more reason to root for Megamind.
they can lay their grubby little eyes on. Or just one eye. But finding their big boss was the easy part. Keeping them, not so much.
The amount of times the minions have incidentally caused the death of their own bosses is staggering.
Wait, didn't one of them serve the Queen of England?
What about it?
Nothing.
The minions
No,
witnessed
you're
Gru's
thinking of the wrong queen.
firsthand and decided that he would be the next big boss they follow.
It worked out like PB&J.
Jesus have a loving Christ. Okay, have their own language, Minionese. By the way, they insert a lot of Italian in Minionese. I watched the movies in Italian, which is my native language, and not only that, they have a popular comedian / TV star voicing Gru. It's called Max Giusti, I think that's his name, and that's a really fun celebrity cast to have here.
Because like Gru, these guys do machines.
The minions invented the fly swatter centuries before humans did. They somehow
Ever-loving Christ, part 2, okay.
crafted light bulbs and instruments while living in the Arctic. So, naturally, building Gru's absolutely massive evil lair proved a simple task.
They're geniuses. They once pulled off a jailbreak by building a flying machine out of prison outfits, vans, computers, and toilets. Aisle seaters are in shambles right now.
And they're seemingly
If they say that the minions are better inventors than Megamind, I swear to God.
Over 10,000 minions clock into work every day.
and yet in a real work setting, they'd be fired in minutes.
Oh yeah, there's nothing like a banana, a popsicle, a butt, or anything remotely silly to distract them enough for plans to go off course.
And this is gonna play into Megamind's favor because he's really great with presentation and he can do, you know, he can use all of these guys to switch his and Gru's appearances. I'm scared, guys, okay? Can you tell I'm scared?
But these guys love TikTok.
It's no wonder that, even with thousands of minions at his back, Gru still couldn't cut it as a supervillain. Maybe it was time to hang up the freeze ray for good, but not before taking a chance at his ultimate dream.
Damn, double!
They're taking a lot of time to mention his daughters and his wife. Maybe they're gonna leave it at the end. I mean, they're not super extra important for the power scaling sense, but still, it's a bit odd.
Easier said than done.
Oh no, really? The moon?
When he couldn't get the shrink ray he needed on his own, Gru required a
Here they are.
Even though he turned a new leaf for his daughters, Gru wasn't done commanding his minion army. Now he'd just do it as not a villain.
And he became a Fed. One more reason to root for Megamind. Defeated Vector, El Macho, Brat Baltazar, Maxine Lemal, and Vicious 6. Which I think one of these is voiced by the same voice actor as Megamind, Will Ferrell, and that's just really fun.
Joining the anti-villain league.
The AVL hooked him up with lipstick tasers and goop grenades, mini submarines and high-tech cars, and some great date nights with the future Mrs. Gru. Things are looking up, buddy.
5 minions even underwent experimental procedures to become more powerful than before. The
Here it is.
Megaminions.
Tim stretches, Dave got super strength, Gus got super strength and flight. Sorry, Dave. Jerry became an indestructible brick monster who eats live bombs.
They're saving the one I'm worried about the most for last. Come on, just rip the band-aid.
Favorite. And Mills' new
Yep.
laser eye can blast through the planet and hit a satellite on the other side
Yeah.
in less than a second.
Calculating its
Oh god, let me grab some paper. Let me grab some paper. Okay, what do you got? What you got?
speed across the Earth. That's 5% the speed of light.
So,
Oh.
Gru's true color.
Okay, that's simple enough. Okay, yeah, I think Megamind surpasses that pretty easily. Oh yeah, in physical stats, Gru wins every single time. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, because he was in full dad mode.
But the most incredible element here is easy to miss. For billions of years, the minions have had the biological drive to serve the greatest villain they can find. And yet, despite Gru's turn away from villainy, they chose to continue serving him. The minions' love for Gru is so strong, it overwrote their primordial genetic code.
Okay, that's extremely sweet. I can't even hate the minions for that. That's really sweet. But isn't there a Despicable Me movie where they temporarily drop Gru for a new villain? Which is, maybe it's the Megamind voice one? Maybe I'm getting things mixed up.
They still see greatness in him, even now. After all, felonious Gru will go to the moon and back to keep his family safe. Wait, Kevin, don't touch that button!
Okay, go to the moon and back, that's a really clever way to end Gru's analysis. Pretty damn good, not gonna lie. Not a lot of numbers, but a lot of gadgets, which makes perfect sense.
Okay, Megamind should be up next, but there is a chance that it got totally nuked by DreamWorks since they hit our preview last week.
Don't
Okay.
worry, we have a plan. You can watch the complete Gru vs. Megamind episode on deathbattle.gg. That's our website, it's linked below. It has every episode of Death Battle
Okay.
uncut, unfiltered.
I think we should be good.
Memberships that support the show directly. And for this week, you can get a membership for a month. for
Presentation,
free by
okay,
using
pretty
the
nice.
code in the scenes
Oh yeah, the Q&A to Ash vs Yugi. That's stuff worth checking the site for, yeah, I
But
agree.
The important thing is, you'll be able to watch the unaltered Gru vs. Megamind episode.
I'm looking away, I don't want spoilers. I don't want spoilers. I think I saw a giant Megamind in there.
What happens when the villain wins? On a grim,
I'm already loving this. Come on, my boy in blue, my boy.
dark day, the citizens of Metro City learned the horrifying answer to that question.
This is still one of the funniest things Megamind has ever done.
When their hero, their Metro Man, was lost forever. Bested by the fearsome supervillain destined for greatness, Megamind.
Incredibly handsome, criminal mastermind. Ah yeah, that's from the TV show. It actually gets surprisingly good on the second half. Not recommending you to watching it if you don't want to, but it's not deep as awful as the Doom Syndicate movie.
Cause if your rival's name is gonna be that on the nose, you better match that energy. Their feud goes way
I'm
back
loving the operatic music they're giving to my boy.
to when they escaped their dying planet Superman style and immediately got in each other's way.
While Metro Baby landed in a nice and cozy home, he caused the weird blue kid to crash land in prison and literally grow up behind bars. What kind of city government would make the kid stay in jail?
And
I mean, that's kinda Bane's backstory, no? From DC. I'm pretty sure that's his backstory. He had to pay for the crimes of his father or something like that. Maybe that's maybe Megamind is a reference to that, plus Brainiac, plus Marvel's leader, the one from the comics, not the one for the MCU. And Superman, yeah, it's a bit of an hodgepodge of comic book villains. I love him for that.
wasn't as bad as you'd think. He was a perfect fit for the Metrocity prison for the criminally gifted.
Metro City.
But while everyone outside bars loved that new kid who could fly, they weren't too keen on the boy with the big blue head and his constant string of destructive accidents.
So if he was going to be the bad guy no matter what, why not embrace it and become a true supervillain?
Huh, sounds kinda like you. Megamind is a genius inventor.
Bold. Okay, I appreciate the equal opportunity bold calling. Yeah. Head is 5.6 larger than a human's. Yeah, that means he's a lot smarter than Gru. Plus a few hinges with the baby seal little boots. The real name unknown. Oh yeah, we never got his alien native name. That's a shame. Mentored by Machiavellian. Okay, they're giving their flowers to the series. Okay, I can respect that.
Creating weapons to stage prison breaks before he could even talk.
It does sound like me. With a bit of tutoring from Machiavellian in the ways of wrongdoing, he got to work on his crime-starting career, facing off with his destined rival over and over again.
And Megamind's got everything he needs. An invisible car for getaways, assuming he can find the thing. A hoverbike for flying and shooting at the same time, if he can multitask. Lasers, bombs, bubblegum.
Why they giving him side notes? I'm not liking this. Why are you giving all these buts, if, ends? What's that? What's that about?
Baseball bats, jet boots, and more galore.
Hell yeah.
Go-to is the D-gun, a laser pistol with various possible effects.
Here it
such
is.
as destroying, decelerating, demoralizing, de-locking, de-gravity thing.
I wouldn't expect a guy.
He has so much battlefield control, it's insane. Yet again, he doesn't really need to be stronger than the average minion. He can just everything. That way, satellite, occupy destruction, visual master. Ooh, are they giving him the metal suit? That would be pretty fire. His own minions, which are the Brainbots, Minion aka Old Charm, Keiko Morita, sidekick. Oh yeah, from the Japanese girl from the show, yeah.
Calling himself Megamind to have the best name ideas, Wiz. He probably based the entire thing around his favorite setting, dehydration, which turns people and objects into tiny cubes for easy storage, though they can be returned to normal with a drop of water.
He did keep the whole mind thing running with his horde of henchmen, the Brainbots. These mini-mechs follow Megamind's every
I love them. I watched the movie recently, they always go bow, 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 bow. They're so cute yet badass at the same time.
Man, even pulling off the most incredible drone show you've ever seen in your life.
Hell yeah.
Which, according to the director's commentary, is made up of over 100,000 brain
Please let this number matter. Don't use it as a fake out, please.
butts. Though, ironically, I wouldn't call his brain butts, smart. That designation goes to Megamind's proper minion, Minion.
Minion serves many.
Minion's intelligence is on par with Megamind's. He has recreated the same technology and has even battled equally against him when turned evil. That's a very underrated aspect of Minion's character, yeah.
Roles
I'm not calling him chum.
for Megamind. Sidekick, guy in the chair, awkward sibling relationship despite technically being his pet.
The best fish friend you could have in your plans to kidnap news reporter Roxanne Ritchie to piss off Metro Man for the 19th time this week. Or for the final time. Children, shield your eyes!
He did it! Thanks to his most powerful invention of all, an orbital death ray that could shatter mountains, Metro City's hero had fallen. It was Megamind's time to rule.
And
I like how they started at the beginning and then went back a bit and then returned here. That's kind of the same structure as the start of Megamind. The movie, I mean.
he had no idea what to do next. With Metro Man dead, what was even the point?
Clearly, he needed a new superhero to fight, and apparently, he could just make that happen. With his diffuser gun, he injected this loser with Metro Man's DNA, turning him into
I love how Hal doesn't even get a name mentioned.
Man 2.0, Titan.
Megamind
Oh yeah,
even
yeah.
trained him himself using his disguise generator and expert acting skills. What a performer! But for all his smarts, Megamind is a terrible judge of character. When
Yeah. Ironically, he believed in the goodness of some. For a villain, he really believed in the goodness of someone. Like, he was under the impression of that gaining superpowers immediately turned you into a hero, and he didn't think he was gonna be, awfully human about it, as this incel got. It's a very unique flaw for a villain to have.
Titan turned
Like, it's as if he misunderstands where villainy comes from, because his own villainy was kind of imposed upon him, so he cannot really think of someone that of a villain who wasn't quote unquote forced to be a villain. It's a very fascinating. God, I love Megamind 1 so much.
Tyrant, Metrocity needed yet another superhero to save it.
Metro City. Thanks to some encouragement from an old friend, rival, who wasn't actually dead at all and just let all of this happen despite having godlike superpowers.
Yeah, that's the Metro Man is a bit of a great character on that front. It was really ballsy for a kids movie.
Thanks to some encouragement from a very experienced friend, Megamind stepped up to the plate.
Hey, he had the moxie for it. Megamind's tanked explosions and dodged electric blasts. Titan was strong enough to toss around a skyscraper, and Megamind put up a solid fight with his
Hell yeah.
mech armor.
A suit specifically designed to mimic the pilot's movements, whether it be lamppost sword fighting, busting a move, or being surprisingly stealthy.
And with
Yeah.
quick thinking and some hench help, Megamind taught Titan a lesson he knew all too well. The bad guy always loses.
So the city decided to just forgive Megamind of all his years of terror and destruction and call him their superhero.
I mean, in Megamind's defense, the only crimes he ever did were vandalism. Like, go back watching the first movie, he never harms anyone. In fact, he panics about the possibility of killing Roxanne while blowing up the Metro Man Museum. He literally only destroys the shit and steals money he's not gonna use. He's barely a villain, honestly.
I guess they didn't really have any better options.
Hey, Megamind took
I
his
mean, yeah, he is still a superhuman alien. What, would you rather leave the city defenseless? Vaporize a building, dodge electricity, turn the Atlantic Ocean into jello, is Binky destroyed a 10-mile wild meteor, technologically raised all of Metro City into space, in another timeline we formed Titan and the Doom Syndicate. Oh, that's from the video game if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're making my boy sound impressive, and I hope that's a good sign.
the city's hero? Seriously. He even built a suit that mimicked Metro Man's strength, flight, and X-ray vision.
Now, the D-gun is used to make runaway bad guys lose their balance and get caught. His portal bazooka is excellent for saving people from out-of-control cars.
Hell yeah.
And while the Death Ray might not have been a hero killer, it's certainly great at blowing up giant evil robots.
And Minion was all for it.
Actually, once they went nice, Minion had to legally change his name to Old Chum because of some other Minion-related thing.
Which is actually pretty stupid, because I'm pretty sure that both Despicable Me and Megamind are owned not by the same animation studio, but I think they're both, I can't think of the Comcast, I think they're both Comcast characters, so it doesn't even make sense why they did this, but you know, it is what it is. This image is pretty funny though, Minion being terrified of his vastly inferior counterparts.
What? You mean the yellow guys?
No, I mean they got a cease and desist from Mr. Minion's Meatsicles.
Sounds
Sure.
delicious. I'm still gonna call him Minion. You can't break up this duo.
Even as Megamind uses his tools for good, destruction still tends to be inevitable.
Yeah.
To the point that, as the new mayor of Metro City and his new partner, Roxanne instated a policy that anyone inconvenienced by a Megamind battle would receive a free cup of coffee. That sounds horrifically ripe for corruption.
So that's why
Yeah.
there's so many Starbuckses everywhere. At least the brain bots are covering all the cleanup. It's a messy job being a superhero, but Megamind's finally found his
I mean, yeah, it's a super villain turned superhero against what's basically a very good spy. If you think about it, Gru is very spy-themed about this whole shtick, whereas Megamind is all about comic book extravaganza, and I love it.
Purpose, even saving the city from the Doom Syndicate, which is like 6 of him.
Though not
Yeah, don't try to make them sound impressive, please.
without some self-induced difficulty. You have an instant wind gun
Yes, he's gonna use the Shrefilas production reference.
on your hip. Use it.
Yes!
With girlfriend, sidekick, and adoring fans to keep him going, it doesn't matter what sort of danger comes to town. Megamind will always rise up as the defender of Metrocity.
It's Metro City.
Okay, that's a fun way to end it, but yeah. They gave my boy everything he needs. I think he's got this in the bag, and I'm really curious about the reasoning of who's gonna triumph against who. I just want to get into the animation, come on.
Wiz, what happened?
I don't care.
And if you your last chance will be available. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through
To all possible. Oh, the Catena Zuma 11 crossover. Oh god, that happened. Yeah, that happened. Oh god.
abilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Amazing final poses. Come on.
Minions, prep the artillery! We're not letting him get away!
Timing, boss!
Ooh, and here I thought it was the hero who chases the bad guys! Ha!
Okay, so he clearly mistook Megamind for a villain. I mean, he is a former villain, so I guess it makes sense. But he's a Fed! Dodge, 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 Megamind, come on. Oh.
Minion, I'm going to need a new pair of pants.
Yes, sir. Sending you the Sunday Best package. Take this!
Nice. For the second time. Super big pillows, pure boy. Oh yeah.
Freeze ray! A dark color scheme! Strength ray! Henchmen who look the same! Laser gun! A genius weaponry!
Oh, he's gonna think Gru ripped him off.
You are certainly a real supervillain!
Yeah. Yeah.
You're just missing one thing!
Presentation?
And what might that be?
You walked right into that one. Okay, but why are we using this straight away? Megamind, don't make me worry. God, how much time you think it took to render this stuff? I now render in 3D animations at school. It's no small business.
Minions, assemble and start the music!
Oh god. Oh god. Minion, be ready to help, please.
Oh, check that mark in the morning. No, hey, we just fixed that. Come on, sir, smash him. Oh, hey, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, a bit, yeah. Oh damn.
You dare challenge Megamind in my own Metrocity?
Oh god, now you're just over farming.
Do you even know who I am?
Well, life is full of disappointments.
Hey!
Yeah, isn't that something Gru's mom said in the first movie? Damn. Damn, they're getting lost in the banter. Watch out for Mel. Watch out. Oh god, I hate how creative they're being with animation because they're giving the minions the good stuff.
Now, as you like to say,
Gun. If you're going to steal my lines, at least do it properly.
Damn. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Don't lose it. Oh god. Okay. I guess minion saliva counts as water. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the help.
Oh fuck.
Minion, is the death ray ready? Approaching.
It's warming up, isn't it?
Getting there, almost, kinda, maybe, on the way. Yes, fire!
Okay. Oh, mail, use mail. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Giraffe, you predicted this.
Oh, Roxanne's gonna kill me.
I love the delivery on that one.
Remember this, villain! The good guys always win! This is how it's really done! Dehydration gun!
Villain! You mean... Oh, wait a minute. This is all a big misunderstanding.
What? Where did I pause?
Huh?
You replaced it with that skeleton from the museum, right?
Oh, work is going to kill me for this.
That was kinda anticlimactic, not gonna lie. That was kinda anticlimactic. Okay, damn. Well, it did not help that I paused at the worst possible time. I mean, I was gonna make a comment about how funny it is that they acknowledge the misunderstanding set up. They usually go for the death battles, but okay. Jesus, oh, damn, okay. Well.
I guess that's 2 for Gru, 0 for Will Ferrell.
With so many chaotic factors in this fight, it can get overwhelming trying to keep track of them all.
So we'll break it down 3 ways: arsenal, minions, and skill.
This is a really... I thought it was gonna be something like Bowser vs. Eggman, you know, physical stats, intelligence, weapons, and okay, let's see it.
In terms of weapon versatility, Megamind definitely had much more to use. The D-gun alone had enough effects to match what Gru could do with nearly his whole kit. Throw in disguise generators, invisible cars, portal bazookas, and it's a lot for Gru to handle.
Just one problem. Megamind might have had variety, but Gru's weaponry was far stronger in scope. Sure, Megamind's death ray could blow up a mountain, but Gru's shrink ray could take out the moon.
And is much easier to use on top of it. Frankly, much of Megamind's deadliest weaponry would have little effect anyway.
Check this out. When Gru first tried to get the shrink ray, he triggered a missile trap so explosive it created a mushroom cloud. Based on the size of the blast, that's about 4 kilotons of TNT, and all those missiles fired at him from point-blank range.
Shockingly, that's about 38 times greater than Megamind's orbital death ray. And Gru kind of just walked it off. Megamind's mecha suit could take big hits like that, but Megamind himself? No.
So Megamind would have a hard time blowing him up, but he could still dehydrate him, disintegrate him, freeze him, or even just...
Yeah, I thought things were going awry when Megamind used the presentation mode and dehydration gun so early into the fight.
Turn off his gravity and send him flying into space, right?
Sure, though Gru does have some similar weaponry. As far as arsenal is concerned, Gru could take out Megamind through sheer firepower, but Megamind could potentially counter with the D-gun's effects. It's a whoever shoots first wins situation. Their arsenals match up fairly evenly.
Okay, yeah, we all expected that. This is the part I expected, yeah.
But these guys aren't alone. Let's cover Gru's minions and Megamind's... minions.
1-to-1, one of Gru's minions was certainly more likely to take out a brainbot. Sure, minions may have the attention span of an iPad kid, but they can effortlessly hack, dismantle, and rewire most machines. Like, you know, Megamind's brainbots.
And they just won't die. Certainly nothing the brainbots have can take them out. For all we know, the minions may be completely indestructible.
To be fair, maybe one brainbot doesn't stand a chance against one minion, but there are far more brainbots than minions in total. 10 times more. And the brainbots are a much more organized and focused unit.
Okay, I'm glad they acknowledged that at least.
Compared to the vanilla minions, maybe. But the mega minions are strong enough to rip and chomp through metal like wet paper. Aunt Mel's got a history of destroying satellites with a laser beam strong enough to cut through the earth. So it's bye-bye death ray.
But we can't ignore the most competent minion of them all. Minion! Or Megamind's minion. Old Chump.
He's way more competent than Dr. Navario.
Which is not a high standard to surpass.
Like the mech suit used to fight Titan, and can match Megamind's brains and style beat for beat. Remember that whole presentation bit in the movie? Yeah, that wasn't Megamind, that was Minion.
I thought it was gonna be a fake out where like Megamind switched places with a museum, with a skeleton from the museum, and maybe he came back with a mech, the more I think about it, the more the battle feels like it ended right when it was about to have a climax, and it kinda kept going a bit after the climax, but then it stopped Megamind mid-sentence, and I don't know.
The Megamind's army lacks the power of, say, the Mega Minions. Having a second in command who's just as smart and capable as him makes up for it, making a battle of their underlings too close to...
Okay, they're making this, at least they're being honest about how close of a fight this is. Even though I may not necessarily agree with the outcome, it's perfectly debatable. That was never gonna change.
So, if neither of them has a clear edge in weaponry or their henchmen, what matters most isn't the tools themselves, but how good or bad they are at using them. It all comes down to skill.
Please don't tell me they're gonna use Megamind's characterization from the Peacock stuff to say that he's dumber than Gru, please.
Both Gru and Megamind have their share of less than genius moments and bad luck, but even in the face of things gone wrong, Gru tends to fail upwards, still ultimately completing his missions, unlike Megamind, who tends to fail much harder before he learns how to succeed.
Yeah, I figured. Awesome.
And we love him for it. It's not like Gru has to put up with Elvis Superman, but even during their villain phases, Gru found some success, unlike Megamind,
who also has a...
Gru wasn't now going up against a Superman, I'm sorry. A death battle assumed each combatante's winning intent, so Megamind's reluctance to use his deadly weaponry is negligible on its own. However, his continued laxness towards Gru's consistent successes suggests Gru is more practical.
Bad habit of not using his weapon effectively, like never using the D-gun against...
They actually using this as a... Oh my god, they actually using this as a disadvantage for Megamind. Oh, they actually taking it seriously. Oh god, okay. I mean... I'm so used to that battle taking characters at their best, I was hoping this wasn't gonna factor into account, but...
The Doom Syndicate, either because he can get easily flustered, or he just loves showing off. So it's more likely Gru could succeed in a whoever shoots first wins quick draw situation with their arsenals.
Quick draw is right. Megamind dodging electric blasts is impressive, clocking in around half the speed of sound.
But it pales in comparison to Gru piloting hypersonic ships into space and dodging heat-seeking missiles at Mach 10, meaning he is fast enough to win that quick draw. Gru takes skill, which finally tips the scales. After a nail-biting back and forth, he has just enough to land the winning blow first, more often than not.
Sorry, Megamind.
I did not like the death, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of favorable reasons, but I just don't. And I already see you guys are probably telling me about it in the prediction video.
I think you losing was a atrocity.
It's Metro's atrocity. The winner is Felonious Gru.
Next time.
Okay, so with my luck, it's either gonna be extremely exciting next time that I won't have time to talk about due to school, or an extremely lame next time that I won't have to talk about at all, which gives me time to do other stuff. So it's either gonna be Doomsday versus SCP-682 or Hang versus Traveler. If it's, I actually hope it's Hang versus Traveler. The music sounds a bit too funky for it to be Hang vs. Traveler. Wait, I was hoping it's gonna be something boring, maybe it's something exciting. No, fucking hell, no.
Subscribe and join as a member to see...
Guys, this was my least wanted death battle matchup. This has not been a good day for me. This is number 1 on my least wanted death battle matchups, and Megamind lost? Oh boy, this is gonna be a rough 4 weeks. We're really gonna return to Chainsaw Man this early? Like 1 episode of distance? I mean, I guess they wanna... Why, guys? Oh my god, imagine if Denji loses this one too. It's gonna be... I actually gonna agree. If Denji loses this one, we're actually in that Chainsaw Man year of humiliation that people spoke so much about.
More Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
What do the comments say? I guess we have different ideas of what funny means, Swag. They give him anti-feats? That's what I said. That battle usually doesn't go for anti-feats. Okay. Imagine if I... Okay. Guys, I'm not sure how to feel about everything about this episode from the end of Megamind's analysis up until the very end of the next time announcement. I'm not sure how to feel. Oh god. I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Like and subscribe for more. Hawker Krypton. You're gonna hear from me next, probably somewhere, someday. God, this has not been a good combination. Like, Megamind lost and they got my least wanted. Denji vs Yuji is my least wanted because the last thing I wanna do is pit two deeply traumatized teenagers in a battle to the death. I don't feel comfortable watching that, I don't feel comfortable wanting that, and I don't feel comfortable about either of them dying. So even if Denji doesn't lose, I feel like I lose anyway because such a compassionate boy like Yuji dies. So yeah. Sorry for the lackluster reaction at the end, guys. I'm not sure how to end this. Remember to like it. Until next time, drink lots of water, I'll do the same. Hawker Krypton, hoping I made your day slightly less disappointing.